Jesus says, yet there's one thing thou have lacketh. What do you mean I've lacked? I told you I've kept all of these things. No, there's still one thing. The man had great possessions, very wealthy. He was called a young rich ruler. He says, go and sell all that you have. Not only sell it, but then give it to the poor. What? He couldn't comprehend this. He couldn't understand. What do you mean? You know, because he has such great possession. I got to take all of this wealth that I've obtained, whether I obtained it through my family, whether because of my own skills or ability or where I inherited. I got to take everything that I have and sell it only to give the money away and then give it to the poor. What are you saying, Jesus? It sounds like Jesus might have been a socialist. But yet, this is what the word said. The Bible said the young man could not do this because of his great possession. The Bible said wherever a man's treasure, or where his treasure is, that's where his heart is. In other words, if you make a person your treasure, guess what? Your heart is going to be with that person. If you make your job that treasure, your heart going to be with that job. If you make your possessions your treasure, every time you talk to the person, they're talking about, let me tell you about my 401k. I got all of this and I got all of that. But when's the last time you were a blessing to somebody? But I give tithes to the church. Good, you're supposed to. But it don't stop with the church. Because many times when we think about the church, we're really talking about the building. But we are the body of Christ. We are the ecclesia. We are the church. And when you have those in the body of Christ that are disenfranchised and God has blessed you with great possession and you don't know how to be a blessing to somebody but hoard it all for yourself, what good are you? What good are you if you are called salt but you can't season? This walk is not simply just about us, but we are to be conformed to that image of Christ for the benefit of others. Jesus said, although you said you kept the law, but one thing thou lackest. The apostles looked at one another. I'm sure there was some talking going on. And they looked at Jesus. Because in their mind said, this man was a rich young ruler. He must be. Most people associate blessing with materialistic gain. When they see people blessed financially, then they say, they must have the favor of God on their life. That's not always so. Many times you got many millionaires and those who are very wealthy that are taking their lives every day. They allow a spirit of suicide to enter in because depression came in. They thought their wealth could buy them happiness, to find out that once they achieved wealth, now that they ate at every restaurant, they've been to every country, they've been to now they're trying to go to the moon and come back. All that money, millions of dollars to take a flight to the moon for 5 seconds. You ain't even going to the moon. You're just going out the atmosphere and coming back just so you can float around. But yet we got folk in our community starving. Just because you got wealth don't mean you blessed.